Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
Other bridge. Okay, we're talking heroes in sports, right?
In sports.
Like, okay, I'll name a name. You tell me. Nature versus nurture. Okay.
I mean, a lot of it's going to be a combination, though, isn't it? Okay, go ahead.
Peyton Manning.
He was born with the prototype size.
Yeah.
And the obsessiveness. That guy was never not going to be.
Really? What about
1,000%? A bit of the same. I think a little less obsessed than Peyton, though.
Yeah. I guess Peyton's son is a fucking phenom.
Really? I didn't know.
That's what I just. What's his name's Archie? I think.
They are not.
No, Marsha Manning. Who's Arch? There's another one. Archie Manning. They named their kid after their dad.
Yeah.
And that kid's fucking.
Oh, football player right there. The one underneath.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's see.
Look at this kid.
Wait. No, that's the dad still.
No, there's
Junior? No. He's struggling today with the spelling.
Yeah, you're having a hard time, huh? Archie Manning Jr. Yeah, look at this kid.
Oh,
he plays over at UT. He's here.
Yeah.
He commits to Texas.
Number 1 overall. So that is the...
You're going to bump into him over at Frank Black's.
So give me the bio on Archie Manning Jr., though.
Kid's fucking good. I saw him play.
Not the image, the bio.
On whatchamacallit.
Really?
Yeah, online I saw him. They were showing me, it was like a highlight reel of his. And I was like, oh, the kid's fucking got it. And then you start going. So is being a great quarterback just in that bloodline? Or is it something that their dad did? Oh, dude. Do you know what a badass Archie Manning was? The dad? I watched a documentary on the dad. First of all, still married to his high school or his college sweetheart.
Look at that size, dude. 6'4", 215.
Who's that?
That's the kid. That's the one you were just talking about.
Shut the fuck up.
So how is he? What's his personal life? He is the oldest son of Cooper. Oh, okay. That's the kid who didn't play in the NFL.
Yeah, but they was supposedly the best. Had a neck injury.
Right. That was they used to throw to him. He was a receiver on the high school team. And the nephew of Peyton and Eli. Okay. Wow.
So so Archie Manning, right? I saw I don't know if it was a Football Life or something. Mm-hmm. By the way, one of the best programs ever.
Yeah, Football Life is great.
It's so good. Archie Manning, bad motherfucker, right? Goes to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. It wasn't Tennessee. It was Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah.
Goes to Ole Miss, meets his current wife, first week of school or whatever. She's still hot. Eli and fucking Peyton's mom is still hot. Fucking 74.
That didn't get passed down in the genetics, did it?
They don't have their mom's looks.
They look like everyone's supposed to clap when they throw the ball, you know?
They did not have Olivia Williams Manning. She was a tennis professional.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's a tennis professional. Lady. Still beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah. And so, dude, and this is a little morbid, but this is when you talk about a man, I don't have what Archie Manning has. Ready?
Yeah.
So Archie Manning's should be going back to college, but he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick around. I'm going to have a steak with my dad, right? His sisters are out. I'm going to go home and have a steak with my dad. Goes home. His dad's killed himself. Get this, he doesn't want his mom and sister to see this. So he cleans up everything, takes the bed outside, burns it. Cleans up his dad, presents his dad, goes, takes care of it.
Jesus.
Dude, I don't have that in me at all. And when we're talking about nature versus nurture, that's the dad, that brain raised 2 fucking pro athletes. That's their dad. Their dad, I mean, for all intents and purposes, got rid of a body so that his mom wouldn't have to hurt.
Yeah.
Could you do that? I couldn't have done it. I couldn't do it. I would be crying in a puddle. That's a badass motherfucker. That's their dad. And by the way, I bet he's never talked a day about that in his life to his kids. Just
Probably
goes,
not.
yeah, Adele, I saw it. And, well, life was different back then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's different. That's definitely a different mentality. But I still think that those kids, dude, they probably would have been NFL quarterbacks.
You think?
In a lot of households, yeah. Now, they can't move for shit, but they know how to fucking throw the ball, read the field. They are gifted at what they did.
Who's better quarterback?
Yeah.
Michael Vick or Peyton Manning?
Well, Michael Vick's like such an other level athlete. It's like you can't compare their athleticism.
But I guarantee you can compare it in the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, they're number, but also his career kind of got derailed when he went to prison.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
He was the problem, dude. Dude, did you watch Lamar Jackson play?
I love Lamar Jackson.
I've seen him play in person once, and I was like, oh, I did, because this doesn't register on television how quick he is. And then I was watching the game against the Bengals, and I was like, "What in the fuck, man?" Like,
can I tell you that's
it's
so
impossible
funny.
to defend, and as soon as you get used to going, we just got to account for his speed and running. He just throws that thing. He was a bit inaccurate that game, but still, like the combination of being able to throw the ball and run like that, you realize why it's a generational talent. Like, it's crazy.
So funny you say Lamar Jackson. Yesterday, I'm watching him play, and I thought, I want my stand-up to be more like the way Lamar Jackson plays football, because it's just fun as fuck.
It's fun.
He does, like, I saw him get hit, and they cut to him, and he has a big smile on his face.
His read options are like, it's just, you can't plan for a quarterback that can throw and run a 4.25 40 or whatever.
I drink the way Lamar Jackson plays football.
There you go.
I drink the way if you had to say your comedy was like one professional quarterback, who would you say your comedy is like?
Only you think in these terms.
Who would you think your comedy is like? Troy Aikman?
Just boring, but reliable.
No, but very good. Championship level. Who would you say your comedy? What quarterback?
I fucking know.
Doug Williams?
I don't know. I can't.
Pull up the starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now. You're more like a Jared Goff. What a weird last name. Goff.
Okay.
Marcus Mariota. Kyler Murray or not Kyler Murray. You're like
no, it's definitely Aaron Rodgers.
You are Aaron Rodgers.
He doesn't
You are Aaron Rodgers.
He doesn't like people.
You are Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I've been around for a
You're
while.
Aaron Rodgers.
I know what I'm doing.
Aaron Rodgers.
and you're kind of like him again. It's like, yeah, but you
have a good relationship with Rogan. You're Aaron Rodgers. You've taken ivermectin.
Yeah, man.
You're Aaron Rodgers. Wait, who's my stand-up like?
Oh God, pull up that list again. More, get the full list.
Get the full list. Get the guys who are about to retire.
You got to be more of a
who's John Mulaney like? John Mulaney is more like. Well,
I think of Mulaney. I mean, I'm talking. Some of it happens. You start thinking about aesthetics too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Because immediately when you say him, I'm like, oh, he's Brady.
Yeah, he's Brady. Yeah, a little bit
like super polished.
Yeah. Kind of like up, keeps it tight.
I don't know why we're having such a fun.
I know this is crazy. A lot of people can just look up
goddamn list.
Yeah, go back to Lamar Jackson.
God,
Michael
you
Vick.
Suck.
They're the Manning brothers. There's this kid.
Who are the starting quarterbacks in the NFL?
Oh, this is good. I missed this, Nadav. We should see if we can do a. Can I tell you what I want to do with you?
What?
The gumball.
The gumball? Oh, the drive? You want to do that?
Yeah.
We can do that. You really want to?
I really want to do it. I really want to do it. Pull up the 2022 gumball. We'll get this next week.
Hold on. Okay.
I'm more like Tannehill, probably.
You're like Roethlisberger because he's out of the league and he raped somebody. No, you are.
I'm like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Let's see.
Nick
Well, a lot of
Foles.
these guys are not playing though.
Yeah.
Like these are not.
Drew Brees.
These are.
I
There's a
believe
bunch
in
of
God.
retired
Bart
guys.
Starr. No, Bart Starr. I'm like Bart Starr.
Jesus.
Just type in the 2022
All right.
gumball.
Okay, maybe this would be it. Let's see. Is this it? Kind of. No, that's the 21 starters.
I met Joe Flacco one time.
Those guys are not all in the league. Never mind.
Alex Smith.
Just never mind. This is too big a task.
Hey, type in the 2022 gumball. Let's see when it is.
Perfect.
Let's see if we can pin or 2023 gumball because this year's almost over. Race gumball race. Yeah. Okay. 3,000 tickets and venues. Where is it this year? North America. Just scroll down, so that we can't find it. There we go.
All right.
Gumball 3000.
Is a okay.
It's in the Middle East?
Hold on.
That I could do.
Touching down on every continent to create one of the greatest bucket list experiences possible behind a wheel. Oh my! You would do this?
Yeah, I do it with you. Me and you, we got a fucking hot car. What kind of car would we get?
I don't know. Let's see what do people? Oh fuck! That's a McLaren. Like, do people get in those and do
Oh
this?
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, which rally are you interested in applying for?
I'll do. Well, yours probably safer for guys like me and you. I don't know if Middle East is exactly what we want to do. Type
Okay.
in your
Full name. Okay, whatever.
Tom Leadfoot Segura.
Okay.
Date of birth. This is. Are we signing up for it right
I
now?
don't know. Let's just see what this says. Let's take us there.
It doesn't matter. Just
Yeah.
give them 11/3/72. 9/11. Why would you put that?
Okay.
How? With home business address. Well, just type in the business address here.
What are we doing?
Yeah, go to the.
Man.
This
It's
is
literally,
great.
I can't believe it can get worse.
So you can get any car you want. I think you can drive any car you want. But you drive an
Okay.
ambulance.
All right, hold on. Okay. So it's going to take place in North America, and then it stops at each of those cities? Is that the whole thing?
No, that's 2022. That's already happened.
But I mean, is that what happens? You go from city to city?
Yeah, I think you go like down the coast or across the country.
Holy shit.
And like you got to do it in like 23 hours. Like people do, you fucking fly. So what we do is we get spotters. We use this is what I've been thinking about this a lot, okay? We get our team. First of all, we're going to need costumes, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to need costumes. We're going to need like a car. You know, I didn't realize Cannonball Run was actually based on the actual gumball, the Cannonball Run.
No, I didn't
Did
know
a
that.
real thing where they all and the thing is you don't want to get pulled over. That's why they dressed as cops, they dressed as priests, they dressed as in an ambulance, like they dressed in a character so they can get pulled over. But what we do is we lean into our fans to be our spotters. We got fans in every city, right?
Yeah.
So we just go, hey, let us know where the cops are, clear out ways for us, right?
Yeah.
And we get like spotters. So say we're
Scroll
going
back up.
Say we're going through fucking St. Louis. We get a guy that we meet right before we head in the city, right? We see him outside the city. He flies in front of us fast at like 70 miles. Cops pull him over. We go through at 120. We could do this, and I think we could win it.
Would you drive that fast?
Yeah, I would. Bam Margera and Ryan Dunn from Jackass did in a Lamborghini
Gallardo.
Gallardo.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk and Mike Valley did it in a Jeep Cherokee. I think we could do this. What kind of car would we want to take?
Ooh.
What would be the best car? We got. I mean,
you want to haul ass?
We got to go like 140 miles an hour.
Well, there's some pretty wild. Like if you want to be comfy, you know, like some of those SU, like like the Lamborghini Urus and all stuff. We could get like I think a 911 Turbo S would be the shit.
Let's see that. Type that in.
That's not a SUV. That's a sports car, but that is fast as fuck. That would be fun to do it in. You know, that you can get like comfort seats and they fly. Then
we get one of those and we just fly across country. I wouldn't mind doing it in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And that way we're lawless. Like if something, we get pulled over, we can just kill the dude. Well, I don't think it's not even like we'll just say like he stole something from us.
Yeah. Just go with our guns.
I think I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure in those areas where they're driving, you could probably kill someone and not get in a ton of trouble.
I mean, we're going.
What are you writing? Nope. I'm not your area of the Middle East, Nadav.
But we're going with guns if we're going.
We're definitely carrying guns.
Yeah.
We're going to have guns. We're going to have weapons. We're going to have drugs. We're going to get a lot of cocaine. Oh.
Dude, I will sign up for this with you.
Let's do it. Let's do the gumball. The Two Bears Racing Gumball. That's our initiative race. I'm sure we can get sponsors. We put it all on fucking social media.
Okay.
We fucking haul ass. Middle East or Europe, Nadav? Which one do you think? Europe is probably a little more accountable. Middle East, we can get away with wild shit there. What cities, type in what cities does the Gumball 2000, the 3000 Gumball hit in the Middle East? Or states, or whatever, continents, whatever. You know, but I don't think it's cities. Like, I don't think they have cities the way we have cities.
Okay. Where does the take place? The first one or no?
Maximilian Cooper. What a fucking name.
Dubai
to Abu Dhabi.
That's coming up.
Dubai to Abu Dhabi. We can make that. Type in Google Maps Dubai to Abu Dhabi. I guarantee you we have to go through the Crescent Valley.
You must be able to just fucking haul
ass Dubai to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Fuck yes. I wonder if it's too late for us to sign up. Oh my God.
That can't be the whole thing.
That's easy peasy. It's a 2-hour drive.
That can't be it. That's got to be like one. That's one leg.
That's a 2-hour drive on bus.
Yeah, that's not it.
Wait, maybe it's just a sprint race. Maybe that's a sprint race.
We really can't find the. There we go. Is that it?
Hey, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it say where? Oh.
It
really is just that?
No. It's a loop.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go to Muskrat, then all the way down to Salachaka, Jebel Abard, Abu Dhabi, Dubai,
okay,
and then back to.
That's the run. Okay, hold on. Scroll down. Amazing country of Oman, rally finale Abu Dhabi. Yeah, we're making major stops: Jebel Akbar, Salah, Muscat. Okay. Wow, that would be. You want to do that one?
Yeah, that would be fun as fucking shit.
You know, there would be a bunch of like fucking princes and shit racing with us,
dude. You realize that? Hold on, we've always talked about being best friends of the prince too.
Yeah,
and this is our fucking in.
Yeah,
and dude, the shit that we can do in these countries is unfucking.
I think you're really going into this with some Wild West fucking.
I have some really fucking big, dude. I'm not even fucking around. I tell you, okay, let's do this. You can punch a man in the face over there, and you don't go to jail. You punch a man in the face, you just say like he insulted my family, and they're fucking. You don't go to jail. I'm being dead serious. Yeah. In Abu Dhabi, you can't drink alcohol. That's the one thing, but I think you do everything else.
Okay,
dude, we got a prince to back us. Like to. Do we dress as sheiks?
Oh yeah,
fuck yeah. We dress as sheiks.
We're going fully armed. I'm talking like MPX, maybe AKs or something.
I think we James Bond out our vehicle. Yeah. I think we send it up.
Why don't we take an Aston Martin instead?
Let's Google Aston Martin.
Ridiculous. Dude.
Yeah, let's not burn in one of these fucking German Nazi mobiles. Let's get in a fucking
Where did Nazis come up out of it?
Fucking gentlemen. Tom, let's get fitted suits. Let's do the whole thing in suits. In suits in Aston Martins, and we have fucking firearms.
Why would you go to these pictures?
What Aston Martin do we want?
They make like a DB11 or maybe let's see. That'd be fun, right?
Dude, that would be a fucking blast. Fly through Abu Dhabi in one of those. You ever go on what's the old?
Oh wait, type in Aston Martin Valhalla. Why don't we take that?
I like that. I like the name of that already. Valhalla?
That. I think they're only like.
Shut the fuck up.
I think they're only like $3 million.
Let's see the interior. I want to see what I'm going to be sitting in for fucking 24 hours. There's only one seat. There's only one seat. There's only one fucking seat.
$2 million.
It's only one fucking seat.
I think there's
no radio.
No, we sit together. We sit together.
When I put a hammock.
Yeah, it's fucking perfect. No, there's another seat there.
Yeah, there's another seat. Oh, we are in like cockpits. Dude, this is the fucking ride.
If we don't win the thing, we're fucked.
Dude, first of all, we get what we do is we get a slush fund, right?
Yeah.
So like we get like some get out of jail money.
Okay.
To bribe, to grease the palms. Pack of cigarettes, dude. They're really big on carton cigarettes. Carton of cigarettes goes a long way over there. I've seen the movie.
You've seen it? Okay.
Carton of cigarettes, you're like, hey, my man.
My bad,
you know?
my bad.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, hold on, Tom. We fucking load up our car with firearms. Firearms and cigarettes is our way to get through here.
Yeah.
Firearms, cigarettes, and Johnny Walker Black.
Yeah.
Every time we get pulled over, we go, hey, buddy,
Hey, yeah.
give him one of these and a fucking AK and some cigarettes. And he's like, oh, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Dude.
You guys were doing 180. It's kind of a lot. You
You almost killed my fucking camel. I fucking...
That's good. That's good. Keep talking. Keep talking.
I think, they do camels with drones now.
Really?
Yeah, because they were fucking killing these little boys over there. And now they do camel racing and they have drones on the back of the camel and they have these fucking, we should get a Bentley. That's what Sheiks ride around in is Bentleys.
They do. And they're fucking nice.
A Bentley Wraith. We get a Wraith. And
that's a Rolls Royce.
Okay, same. Right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And we get a fucking, this could be big for us.
This really could be. Let's explore this idea a little more.
I'm by the way, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. Hold on. I'm in. And what happens, Tom? This is an event.
Yeah.
This is like we can make some money off this because we'll record the whole thing. We'll turn it into a documentary. Put it on fucking Moment House. Moment House is jacking off right now, going yeah. Or we sell it to Netflix. Whoa! We got ins at Netflix. Why are we going to Moment House? No offense, Moment House, but like, what the fuck? Why don't we sell this to? Dude, I guarantee you, Netflix would be like, we will watch you guys do the gumball.
Yeah, and give guns and cigarettes away to local people.
I'm really bringing guns.
I know.
I'm really bringing guns.
Yeah.
And what we do is we link up with Russell Peters, is going to have a couple Sheiks in his pocket that will have guns for us. Dude, I am so into Indian women too. Like we get a couple of like Middle Eastern hot chicks in the back just for eye candy, just to make the show a little more palatable.
Sure.
Right? FaceTime our wives all the time so they know we're not doing anything.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, I'm telling you, I bet Netflix would buy this.
Oh, totally.
Netflix, soft pitch. Ready? Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura are driving 180 miles per hour
in the Middle East.
Loaded to the tits with alcohol, drugs, guns, and cigarettes. It's called Gumball Go. I'm telling you, you wouldn't click on that?
Assalamu alaikum is the tag. Yeah, it's perfect, dude.
Assalamu alaikum, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like that's, and it just says, us in front of an Aston Martin like this. And assalamu alaikum.
You hear the engine go, and then it goes.
And then you see two chicks, hot bikinis, but respectful with Shira Law, and they're like, and the dust clears and you just see them like this with their hair blowing.
Yeah,
dude, would you click on if you were going to Netflix and you saw me and you, right?
Yep,
comics you're already familiar with firearms in front of an Aston Martin with the pyramids behind us. Bert and Tom go full gumball.
Yeah.
By the way, that's our international touring right there. We start touring Abu Dhabi because they're like, oh, I love these guys when they come over and give everyone guns and cigarettes. take our women and dress them in fucking completely inappropriate outfits.
Yeah.
Just bastardize our country.
Yeah, totally.
You should hear them say the names of our cities. Bert didn't even know they were cities. He thought they were territories. This is a fucking. How hard do you think it'd be selling Netflix?
I mean, but we'd have to work on the pitch a little bit. But I think we could do it. By the way, the month we have a week left basically, and then we should be getting together on the 1st. That's I don't want to hard sell it, but right now we're talking about getting together all on the 1st. My question is, are you going to really let loose on the 1st, November 1st?
I probably won't drink it all, Joe's. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might lean into ayahuasca. Just
on the 1st?
Do ayahuasca on Joe's and just be like, oh, no, I'm gonna probably cut one up on the 1st on Joe's. I'll rip one off because I'm gonna be trick or treating with you and the boys the night before. You're gonna wear a costume. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right, we got to get out of here.
So in summation,
yeah,
I probably would be better off than Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Eli Manning and Peyton Manning didn't get their looks from their mom. And we're doing the gumball.
Yep, in the Middle East.
And we're selling it to Netflix.
We got to secure a vehicle.
We do. That's why. What kind of money do you think we can get from Netflix for this? Do you think they give us? Okay, real talk, right?
Real talk.
If they gave us $4 million to do this,
yeah,
we could get a $2 million car, $1 million worth of drugs, alcohol, guns, right? 20,000 on suits, and we put production. We put like $80, $100, $1 million into the production.
I like the math. I like it.
Can I tell you? I like a bunch of different outfits. Every day is a new outfit.
Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go.
You come out of the thing, you're like, oh shit, Gucci head to toe, and then we're in just Gucci outfits.
Sure, we're gonna have fun with it.
Damn it, this is gonna be fun.
The guns will be the most fun part.
Guns is gonna be the best part.
Because I think over there we might be able to get some anti-aircraft shit, like real things you cannot access here. Like we might be able to get tanks.
Dude. The fucking trailer when you hover over us on Netflix, it's
50 cal
driving 180, me out with a machine gun out of the sunroof, just and then you cut it and we slide, dust is everywhere, and then you just pop out in a fucking tight ass suit, rings, fucking what's up everybody? It's your boy Tom Segura.
And you know what? We're going to bribe people in your country. Like, it's fucking.
Hey, that's part of our thing is that, like, we don't really understand. Like, I'll be like, there'll be a shot of me going, I don't understand your laws.
Yeah.
But I know everyone likes cigarettes. And the guy's like, hey.
It's a big thing here.
Then we have one shot of you in a village. How much for the little girls, huh? All right. We got some kinks to work out.
All right. I think that's another comic. All right. So. Let's wrap it up.
All right. I love you.
Love you too, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave. No scripts, a bit of booze, amateur partology. Dirty jokes, raunchy humor, no apologies. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave.
I'm really afraid of it. I don't want to taste brown, and I'm afraid of his.
Go with a shit.
I know it's funny to hear this. Like my sister is a big fan of this podcast, and I mean I'm gonna look at her different. We're gonna have a different relationship.
Welcome to your mom's house.
We are supported by Stamps.com. We love Stamps.com because it saves you time and money. I mean, why are you still wasting your life going to the post office? We've been using Stamps.com for years because it's just efficient. You can mail and ship anytime, anywhere, right from your computer. You can send letters, ship packages, and pay less, a lot less. And now you can you do UPS, right? From your computer. It's a must-have for any business. It's so simple. You print out that postage and you set up a time and the mail carrier comes to pick it right up. It's an absolute best thing we've ever done for our business. Stop wasting time going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk. And with our promo code MOM, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and the digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in MOM. That's Stamps.com, promo code MOM. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Shady Rays. The company actually started because these guys were wondering, why are sunglasses so expensive? So they set out to change it. And Shady Rays is an independent sunglass company. They do things their own way. I actually really wear Shady Rays. They're awesome. They come in like dozens of styles and looks. They have the most incredible warranty that you can find in any company, which is if you lose them or they break, they just, no questions asked, they send you another pair. I don't know what is actually better than that. And these guys actually are also have a good heart. They also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order placed and have donated over 15 million meals to date. It's pretty impressive. Change the way you wear sunglasses. Give Shady Rays a risk-free shot. We think you're going to love them. If they're not for you, you can return them for free anyway. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is running their deepest deal of the season. Use the code HOUSE for 50% off 2 or more pairs at shadyrays.com. Buy one, get one free. You can get 2 pairs for $48. Redeem only at shadyrays.com, where you can find all their newest and best shades.
Saatva Mattress Company. You've heard me talk about it for years, going on almost a decade now. Why? We bought our first luxury firm king mattress about 8 years ago, and I fell in love with this company. I love the quality of the mattress. I love their customer service. It was just a win-win. I contacted Saatva and said, look, I have a podcast. I want to talk about your product because I love it so much. And over the years, we've gotten the Lumen Leaf, and now we sleep on the Solaire. And this company is such a great company, and we've partnered with them now they gave us our own URL. Go to saatva.com/theshit and you can get $200 off your next Saatva purchase. Saatva is spelled Saatva. Again, saatva.com/theshit for $200 off your next Saatva purchase. Try it out. Oh shit.
Doesn't smell, doesn't burn. Doesn't smell, doesn't burn. Burn. Isn't greasy. Burn.
I'll rock with this homie right here, dog. But I just, I took a couple years off too, and just the other day I put it on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think there's something. It was a casual, and it was like mint and something else. It was one of those more like one somebody made in the woods or made at their house.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like this a little.
Organic style.
Yeah.
Not like a typical Axe chocolate or like Old Spice Swagger or any of those like super heavy chemical ones.
Yeah, that's the ones that started getting scary. You know?
Like, I used to collect all that shit, all the Axe flavors.
You did?
When I was a kid.
Dude, they had a wife you collected.
I think I was a victim of the Axe marketing. Like they had the Axe chocolate commercial as like he walks out of the house and all the ladies are just like all over him, and I was like, that's gonna be me, dude. I was in 7th grade. I was like, just gotta keep stacking up Axe deodorant flavors and see which one works for me.
Yeah, boy, you get them Axes, boy, you get as much fucking deodorant as you can. Yeah, I remember something like that, dude, being young, and they had this fella in our class named Michael, and people used to beat him up a lot, and his dad could fix computers or whatever, and where I was from, if somebody could fix computers, it was almost like they worked for Satan, people didn't want that. Can you fix a fucking truck, boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here with the damn wires, And he, I think, felt like Dude, I don't give him power, and I remember he would put it on his full body.
What did you
Really,
do?
up and down his limbs and everything, yeah. And it really didn't help him much. It made him, it made him enjoyable to be around, kind of. But I don't think it helped him in like the emotional sense that he was looking for like a panic, you know?
Yeah.
Because he would put the Old Spice, the Flash stuff on.
All over his entire body.
Yeah.
Like on the front of his hands.
Yeah. Like your face too. I'm not sure how much he did on that young skin. It would probably really burn.
I'm sure he smelled great.
Oh, dude, he was. But I think what he was looking for, he's like, if I get enough, maybe this positive smell, maybe my father will love him.
So you said that like a computer programmer is like the least honorable profession where you grew up in Louisiana.
At the time, it was.
What do you think at that time was like the most respectable line of work?
Probably tire care.
Yeah, fixing them, patching them up.
You could roll in there and roll out in about 12, 13 minutes, you know?
Yeah. Is this before Discount Tire kind of like took the mom and pop tire spots out of business? Back in the good old days.
Yeah, back when you rolled in there and he wouldn't even have to smell around the tire. Yeah.
I love tire shops.
Oh, dude, it was so good. One of the guys tried to make love to my mother for a while, and I think that also made me think, oh, these guys are heroes.
Yeah, why?
Because it was somebody that cared about my mom, I guess, you know? It was like, oh, man, these guys, they could change a tire on your life, you know?
Yeah, they're heroic for sure.
Not being, someone that loves you. But, anyway, man, Andrew Callahan, thanks for being here, bro. So some of my audience might not know. You were certainly, you are a wizard in your own, in a very huge world of journalism, but in your own world, take me through a little bit of where you started out. So Andrew's kind of like this, I'm labeled like this Hunter S. Thompson, kind of like this, you're a journalist. Let's take it. You told me one time when I met you, you said, I follow the vibe of the heat. I follow where the energy's at.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so you're like a seeker kind of. Yeah. Where do you kind of start at? I first saw you on French Quarter Confessions because
that was my first video project. I was at the Grove Street in the quarter. Get off work and interview drug people for late night confessionals, like when they're out partying on Bourbon and Royal and any surrounding streets. Sometimes I'm French, sometimes I look crazy. But I mean, I wrote for my high school newspaper, and then I had this cool ass high school teacher. I didn't really like school too much, but I had a journalism class, and this teacher, Calvin, would let me leave school for the whole day, and I would come back at the end of the day, like 3:25. And he said, if you had a story of a cool person that you talked to or someone interesting out there, I'd give you school credit. So I was able to just roam Seattle free roam throughout the day. I would come back with stories about juggalos.
Don't get too aggro.
Downtown. Yeah. How to buy some shit off the Silk Road. I would go to the Occupy movement tent city and interview people there, and just come back and just write a little article or I got school credit. And then he helped me. That kind of experience propelled me to Louisiana. On a full scholarship to Loyola.
Oh wow! So they gave you tickets after you went down there to Loyola.
Yeah.
Beaver's won.
Dude, I went to Loyola for one semester.
No, you didn't. Yeah, you live in Beaver Hall in the dorms?
No. I tried to do cocaine with a girl one time and I couldn't get an erection, and I've always felt horrible about that.
That one experience is the reason you dropped out of college?
It made me, I think, leave Loyola. Because it was a small campus.
It's a small campus. You see every student every day at Loyola.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no place to hide over there.
Yeah, and if you go to the Boot or the Palms or Snake and Jake's or one of those college bars, you really see the same people every day.
Yeah, and somebody usually, I feel like there's a sex crime there every night. It almost should be like Sex Crime Sunday. It should be
receive my aid.
Yeah, like a game of Clue. They kind of give you a little check-off sheet.
Yeah, those particular bars on the corner.
She's gonna try to hold it.
Yeah, people are peeing and drinking at the same time. It's
peeing and fighting and making out and grinding, which I didn't really know continued into adulthood. I thought grinding was a middle school.
Who's on me? I need help.
But at the Boot, right now, there's someone at the Boot grinding with a stranger with their eyes closed. The song Candy Shop is playing. Straight up vibing it out, making out.
Why is that? Why is there something about, and that's how I think of it, that is that dirty Louisiana thing where it's just get together. Let our fucking voices touch. You know, there's something about that.
I mean, I didn't know because I did some grinding myself. You know, because everyone else is grinding, and I didn't know at that time that would be the last time I'd ever grind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have believed you if you told me at that time. Yeah. But then I was in the boot, and I was like, this is fucking weird. And it never happened again.
0.
I wonder if it'd be like a good grinding championship. That would see something. That would be something I could see going to interview.
I think Jamaica would win. Have you seen the dagger dancing? They're like jumping up and down with each other, like dramatic air humping. Like you have to look it up. I'll send you some videos.
It sounds like some of the Maasai warrior stuff. Is it like that? Like when those guys, they do a lot of that.
It's just like that.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came through French Quarter Confessions. That's where a lot of people, I think, that's where I first learned about you from being from Louisiana.
Yeah.
And did you miss that? Do you miss that Louisiana energy kind of?
So much, man. I think about it all the time. Like when I dream, it's like
humanity is shackled. I will find the key.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a special place. Once you connect to it, it'll never
I'm
leave
more of
you.
a basketball person.
You know, but it's also hard to find work out there. Like it's hard to build a career.
Words in my mouth.
Yeah, I think it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like there's like the news channels. And then there's like crime.
Sharp eyes. You can be improved.
Or you play for the Saints. I feel like there's not a lot of avenues to build a name.
You can be improved.
For sure. I mean, the one time I tried to get involved in like local TV stations in Louisiana, I decided to sign an NDA. And they're like, we're not going to tell you what your assignment is. Sign this and we're going to get you on tape. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I signed it. And they send me in like a Sprinter van to Covington, Louisiana. And they're like, you see this woman? Her house just burnt down.
Reapers in her
She doesn't know
spawn.
this yet, but her 2 dogs are dead inside the house. You got to go walk in that house with her and write about it. I was like, this is the worst job.
Thank you.
Ever. It was like maybe the reveal of it, not like yeah, it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. And so I was like, I don't want to do this. But after Quarter Confessions, like I would hitchhike around the US a lot by myself. And like,
oh, you did. So after that, you made it into hitchhiking.
Yeah, pretty much like right around there too. So I would hitchhike from like Seattle to New Orleans and back, and just interview like outlaws, runaways, deadbeats, like crazy motel creatures in like Nevada. You know, the real reptilian.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, look, I've done a lot of picking up hitchhikers over my day. Oh, cool. And people that I remember the worst one I ever had was a
Dude,
guy,
I'm doing so much damage.
Not the worst, really the best. Also, this guy. He goes, you want a cold beer? And I'm like, there's no fucking way that dude has a cold beer on him. Pulled a cold beer out of his jacket. Like he was even cooler with his heart or just whatever he had. And he pulled a cold beer out of his jacket. And I was like, oh, this dude is a real some type of like
for all the tales.
future baby, some type of wizard or something. And then he told me a story one time. He got picked up by a guy.
Alright, Reapers in her spawn.
And he was in the guy ended up being in a high-speed chase from the police. So next you know, this hitchhiker's in a high-speed chase, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, he asked guys, like, why'd you pick me up? He goes, because I'm going to die.
Receive my aid.
Yeah, get it out, man. We'll sell it, actually.
Reaper dead.
Okay, so you get into the hitchhiking. Take me on some of your hitchhiking journey right there.
I mean, just everything was so ridiculous. Like every ride was like crazy. You know what I mean? Like there's always that one story that I tell about like this tiny like Honduran dude picking me up in Crowley, Louisiana, and like taking me to like a refurbished barn house that had like 12 confessional booths.
Position is
and then you know there was like porn viewing. Have you been to a place like this?
Was it like a people kind of a gay meetup or just gay or straight?
I think it's a place where truckers pull over to like have a private pornography viewing experience. They have like
Reapers in for all.
And then like they have 3 channels. They have like gay channels, regular channels, and like the fetish channel or whatever. So I'm thinking I pick this dude up. He has like a fucked up car, and he takes me to the place to view it. Tries to see what he's up, and I was like, nah. And then he was like, oh, why were you at that truck stop? And I guess where he picked me up was like a
Notorious Bay for
notorious gay prostitute truck stop. So he thought that I was I wonder why he didn't say anything for an hour in the car. He didn't want to get a solicitation charge. So he didn't say much because he kind of figured He was asking me weird questions like, do you like porn? Do you like movies? And I was like, look at this guy.
Right, yeah. Do you like, have you ever, what kind
Multiple
of
coming through this door?
Like? Yeah, just like strange shit like that.
Super, super weird.
Yeah.
But I wrote a book about hitchhiking, like a thing. Yeah, and like people liked it. I probably sold a couple hundred copies. Like that was good. When I realized that nobody really reads, dude.
Yeah, reading is a tough thing for people. Do you even find
Just reset. Get out.
I'd prefer to listen to a podcast or an audiobook, you know. But it is like a calming thing to do, reading.
Yeah, I think it makes my mind, it does something good for my brain. I feel like in my mind it makes them kind of settle down. It puts them like on a pace that feels like they can keep up with. Whereas like this, the way we kind of have media nowadays, sometimes it feels like a pace that's not fair to the operating system that I have, you know, that God put in me or whatever. Any hotties ever pick you up? Any chicks ever pick you up? Was there ever any sex on the route?
No, definitely not. It was mostly like super old-timey, like stick and bindle, kind of like formerly vagabond hobo dudes. You know, because I think that like they grew up before Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out, which to me is the quintessential turning point of hitchhikers being viewed as like potentially homicidal maniacs. But before then, I'm assuming it's a cool fucking hippie thing to do, you know. But then after that, it was like hitchhiker is a murderer. And so I think now like people would flip me off. You know, like good. We're talking like Christian family folks would be driving in a minivan, look at me, and the whole family would flip me off. Oh,
just keep on it, Emil.
Look it up. Yeah, they used to call. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, people sometimes drive by, call me a road N-word. They would call me like,
wow.
No way.
So you did some hitchhiking?
Yeah, man. I used to get out there. I used to love it. I used to love. You know what I think I loved? I think I did it because there was a part of me that wanted to have something different, you know?
Yeah.
But then there was that moment of fear where it's like, I don't know what the heck's gonna happen to me.
Yeah. I think I always liked that, you know, gamble. Like one dude that picked us up in Arizona, drove me from Phoenix to Vegas. He was like basically an arms dealer, you know, and he had just spent the better part of 10 years like in Arizona State Penitentiary. And his whole back seat had like Home Depot buckets just full of like magazines, switches, silencers, beams, all this crazy ass shit.
And was it hard to navigate that? Is it hard to stay in the pocket in there and not just like jump out? Or
well, because you know, one thing you learn from being a hitchhiker is people lie a lot. They try to impress you, they try to relate to you, and they want to seem super cool and like weathered. So they would tell you like, man, I used to be selling guns all up and down the West Coast. You're like, okay, you know, we hear you. Right. And then he was like, nah, for real, check out the back. And I look at these buckets full of like gun parts, and I'm like, why the fuck did this guy pick me up? Yeah. And he was already riding hot as hell. Right. But I guess he probably enjoyed the roll of the dice too.
Oh, right. There's two people are rolling the dice. And it's also like saying, hey, God, I'm going to put the dice, or fates or whatever, I'm going to put the dice in your hands.
Exactly.
I'm going to take my hands off the wheel. Yeah, dude, a lot of times I would let people I would get picked up or have people take me just even around our own town, you know? And it was definitely, there's that element of uncertainty. What's going to happen here, you know? And also it takes some of the responsibility of your own life off of you. You're like, I'm going to put my life in this guy's hands, this Mazda.
Yeah.
You know, this dude in a Mazda, I'm going to fucking, you know.
With underglow.
Yeah. Damn, bro. Yeah, and hitchhiking used to be so popular in the 70s and stuff like that. Like
in 1978 or whatever, Texas Chainsaw Massacre drops.
That's when it happened, huh?
And then every year there was a hitchhiker horror movie. Of some hippie looking dude who like, you know, slashes the driver's throat. Oh. It's horrible. But also in the South, I mean, hitchhiking is a lot harder than it is on the West Coast.
You think so?
I did the 101 one time, like from Astoria, Oregon down to like the Bay. I got picked up within 30 seconds every time by people in like Volkswagen vans and RVs, like, you know, West Coast kind of like hippie adjacent folk. In the South, I feel like it's more of a charity thing. Like when I remember I got picked up in Paducah, Kentucky one time, which is like the most religious small town I've ever been to. And everyone who picked me up was like, you remind me of my son. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, he's strung out on dope somewhere. And I'm like, okay, I'm not, but like, thank you. So I think it's just a different barometer for like.
Or you remind me of my hot daughter in that area, dude. I think you would probably compete with some of the local models, I think.
I think so too. I could model in Paducah.
Oh, bro.
If all else fails, I can just go model in the Appalachia.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Gotta get stronger hands, you know, once I get like farmer fingers.
Bro, how pissed would they get if like a trans model showed up and just started winning all the pageants?
Oh, dude, Culture War 2.0.
That'd be so good.
The Culture War has been is back on. You've been watching the news.
Yeah, I think I see a lot of it. So when you say culture war, what does it mean?
It means when mainstream media propagates like irrelevant small culture war shit, you know, like things that aren't like really a big issue, like you know, like trans women playing in sports, and they obsess over it to distract you from real things that are going on.
Do you think that they do that?
Yeah, they totally do it. Like, like left, like liberal and like conservative mainstream media, they pick strategically like before midterms to get people all riled up by like zooming in on like specific. They know what they're doing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like people with lisps, like they're or like like trans people in sports. Yeah, doesn't this make you angry?
Like you didn't hear about it for like 8 months, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we got an election coming up. Let's stoke more anxiety and like exploit people's fears about this." Yeah. Try to get votes.
And it works, huh?
Instantly. On both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, it works instantly on both sides. It's amazing sometimes because people look at the conservative side, I feel like, this is just a general thought of my own. People look at the conservative side as being a less educated side.
Mm-hmm.
But both sides will fall for the same exact tricks.
Yeah. Totally.
It's almost crazy. You can almost... I don't know. It's just really fascinating to me that it's like, but this is the same game being done on both teams.
Oh yeah, totally. Like liberal media will go to like the furthest sticks and boonies they can possibly go to find like their like racist guy to interview.
Yeah.
And just to get people all freaked out. And I'm sure you know what that's like. They often scapegoat the South. The South
it's happened a lot. It's happened a lot over the years, especially during like during Trump, during like that administration, during that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Those white guys in Charlestown or whatever, like
Charlottesville.
Yeah. I thought it was surely like there's probably a couple of dudes in there who was hoping things would go to another level of like of let's white it, whiten around.
Yeah.
But I think there was probably as many people in there that were just confused and responded to a Craigslist ad. You know?
Yeah, for sure. And just falling victim to their own echo chamber, you know, like they're in these tight, weird online niche communities, and the algorithm starts recommending shit to them that they already know they're going to be receptive to get more ad revenue, and before you know it, they're just like down the rabbit hole. And these social media companies are making fucking millions while these people are just spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, they're yelling shit about Jews in public. I mean, that's crazy, dude. You know, I don't yell anything in public.
Yeah. Michael Myers is pretty. Honestly, bro, the dude's not that scary anymore. I saw the last Halloween. It was horrible. The one a few years ago was horrible. I can't imagine how bad this one is. But if you look at him, he looks like the kind of dude that tightens his body up, because he's got that whacker on him, bro. He's got that. He's got that trimmer, baby. That he got a damn machete, doesn't he? What I'm telling you about is Manscaped is the safe way to do it. That man could easily whack his wiener off, but you won't. Manscaped launched their 4th generation performance package to make sure your pumpkins get the ultimate carving experience on this spooky time of year. That's right. Turn your bite-sized treat into a king-sized candy. That means get your wand looking long wand. Join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code THEO. That's manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code THEO. Make the right call this spooky season. It's trick or trim. Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. You know, one time I remember we got stuck somewhere in the mud. And people said, well, dang, we got to get out the mud. And I said, well, this is a 4-cylinder. This is a Ford Escort. And we don't stand a chance against the mud. We in. This is the damn devils. Gumbo got us stuck. Got our tires just begging for help. That can happen to your brain. Sometimes your brain gets stuck and you need something greater than you to help you. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp Therapy. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to get out that mud. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. When you want to be a better problem solver, visit betterhelp.com/THEO today to get the 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/Theo. Well, yelling in public also is such an outdated form of communication, unfortunately. You
Yeah.
know? Our voices now have to go through these certain portals, or it feels like that they can't be communicated.
Yeah, there's no more like town crier. I mean, no one would take you seriously.
Right, that's the thing. No one would take you seriously.
But I seek out people like that.
Yeah.
That's sort of the basis of early All Gas No Breaks interviews. Is like, I don't want to talk to an online loud person. I want to talk to a real life screamer.
Yeah. So you get get me to All Gas No Breaks, and then let's get to Channel 5. So and then just for our listeners, so you're doing the hitchhiking. You've left out of Louisiana, and you end up
in Seattle.
In Seattle,
and then from Seattle, like down to LA on the West Coast and back to Colorado. I mean, the summers following that, I hitchhiked a bunch. But the book that I wrote, it's not for sale anymore. But it was about like my first hitchhiking experience. That kind of had like a small cult following, which led me to want to make a show. The book was called All Gas No Breaks, A Hitchhiker's Diary.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, nobody really reads. I want to make an interview-based road show. So I convinced a company to buy me an RV, whatever, made All Gas No Breaks, fell out with the company over a contractual dispute.
Right.
Signed a movie deal with Tim and Eric. That movie is coming out in December.
Awesome.
It's with HBO and A24 and shit.
Congratulations,
so I'm
man.
stoked, dude. It's crazy,
Wow.
man. Yeah.
And so the movie will be about, I know you have a tour coming up too, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's crazy, man. I start my first ever tour in like 12 days. It's like 45 dates, like back to back. We're going to screen scenes from the movie. We're going to find like battle rappers and magicians via Craigslist to open up each performance.
You can have some people from episodes I know that you've already taped that will be at some of the at some of the venues.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just crazy. I've just been like trying to be calm before the tour starts. I've just been playing tennis and hanging out with my mom every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at Venice Beach, tennis courts.
Do you and your mother look alike or no?
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all do?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your father still alive or no?
Yeah, he's alive. He's a bartender in Seattle.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's a cool dude.
Are your parents pretty proud of you?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
They should be, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you feel like your desire to create or to get out there and interview people, do you feel like any of that came from your own childhood, or do you think it was just a choice you kind of made as you, like, is it more about journalism or is it more about seeking something to fulfill something inside of you?
Well, I think my mom is like a super sweet, like caring person, very empathetic, big listener. She was the kind of person that, like, if someone would approach us on the street, like, I need some help, she would always help them, but a step further, like, talk to them and converse with them. And so, like, I think when I was super young, she would humanize people just day to day for me. So I didn't grow up with this wall or like glass wall between me and like people who I didn't understand.
Right.
So I just kind of went through life. And then like when I started smoking weed when I was like 13 in Seattle, like walking around downtown high, I just became like this, like a toddler level curious, like wanderer. And I would just walk around and be like, what's up? Where are you from? And I would ask people, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen? When I was young, I'm like, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen? I would just sit there for like an hour and be like, damn, dude. All right, peace. So I was like listening to basically 5 hours of free podcasts today. And so by the time I got old, I was like, damn, you can make a career out of this? Like, that's sick.
Wow. That's incredible, man. Yeah, Seattle at night gets really, it's got like a damp vampires running around, bro. There's a lot of damn condensation fucking drug muppets bouncing around over there.
Certainly so. It's a beautiful American city.
Yeah, we used to, we used to do that comedy club underground comedy over there.
Yeah.
It was honestly one of the best rooms to do comedy in. I don't know if it's still there. So now, so that's where you're at now. So now you got like, I mean, you do so much interesting stuff now. You follow, is that still kind of your goal to follow the heat, to follow what's going on? How hard is it to still do that when you've gotten busier?
Right now there's not much happening in the news cycle. So it's like, I'm more doing like character studies and like random cultural interest stuff. But like once the midterms kick back into full swing, like I got to follow the news beat. Like there's nothing better than like being on the ball of news as it's happening. Like it's like the best feeling. It's kind of like addicting.
Wow.
Like watching history unfold and documenting it and being like on scene. I get how reporters can get addicted to like following that high all the time. But you gotta like stay away from that to a certain degree, because then you become just like a chaos tourist and you spend every waking day being like, where are people pissed off? And you get so used to it, it's kind of jades your mind, and you're like, man, like society is in decline because you spend every other day at like a right or left wing protest. So it's important to kind of zoom out and cover like positive subjects. Like I went to a powerlifting event in Sacramento a month ago called World's Strongest Man.
Mm-hmm.
That was just fun. No one's talking about like, the Clinton deep state cabal or like the collapse of civilization. So I'm like, man, this is just nice. So you got to pepper your life with shit like that to stay level-headed, I think.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw you talking to a bunch of like those jizz wizard dudes. Those like guys that are like those fucking, you know what I'm saying? Those fucking spunk garglers, dude. Them dudes go deep, bro.
Yeah, Will Blunderfield is his name.
Oh, okay, Will.
He's kind of the commander-in-chief of the jizz wizards, and
that's a new movement, really, of men. Did you see that just as like an out there group, or do you see that as an example of men trying to find different ways to regain masculinity?
I think that Will's specific demographic is dudes who would be traditionally called gay by society.
Okay.
Trying to become bisexual to a certain extent.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Because he's talking about how, you know, when he does same-sex erotic bonding in the forest with his bros, it kind of makes him have a procreative urge. You know, so I think to a certain degree, I think the manosphere has definitely taken over, like a lot of the surface net.
What is the manosphere?
Just like Andrew Tate type people, you know, just like alpha men's wellness self-help dudes, you know. But I think that Will's a bit different because it's more on like the spiritual side, and it's more connected to like eating well and all that type of shit, cutting like glyphosate and atrazine out of your diet to like have your chakras aligned and like reach a new dimension and like breath work. And I feel like he's more on that tip. But then again, I feel like 2020 and COVID created this insane fusion with like the wellness community and like pretty hard right people because of the anti-vax thing.
Oh, interesting.
So like half of the, you know, like yogis and like holistic community wellness people became like fully QAnon pilled in 2020.
Wow.
Like I remember, I'm not going to say her name, but this lady who invented butthole sunning or perineum sunning.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah, so it was super like kind of cool, hippie, like free thinker, believes in the sun god, thinks the sun god speaks to your soul through your anus, rays come in, get into your body. That's God, divine energy. I hadn't talked to her in like 6 months. I checked back on her Instagram, and this is real shit. It's George Floyd and then like a lizard person cropped over each other. And she was like, don't believe everything you see on TV. And like, it's just crazy to see like that happening to someone like that. And now it's all just like the storm is coming, like crazy ass, like fringe shit. Like JFK Jr. is still alive.
Oh, wow.
Like,
JFK Jr. No, he's not.
But him being alive is central to the QAnon.
Oh, I see.
universe.
I see that. You're just saying that it gets in that drain.
They were waiting at the grassy knoll in Dallas like 4 months ago for his return.
No way.
Yeah, and like it's kind of like Bigfoot hunting style, where like one guy says that he saw it when everyone looked away, and so I met a guy who was like, I saw him, and everyone's like, no, you didn't. Like, and they almost were having some infighting. He's like, no, dude, I saw him.
So you were down there when that happened?
No, but I talked to a bunch of the people who were there at the People's Convoy, which is like a trucker protest right after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty deep in that little world.
Yeah, we've had Bobby Kennedy on here before, so he was big. He's a environmentalist, you know. So it makes sense that he would be, you know, he was always about like taking care of nature. So then it makes sense that he would that his interest would lead to taking care of the nature inside of your body, you know, like the waterways inside of your body and that sort of thing. So he's been a big, like, I wouldn't call him I don't know if he was he wasn't anti-COVID, but I think he was an anti-vax. Or making sure that vaccinations are tested correctly.
Yeah.
You know? Because in my town, I grew up in Covington, Louisiana, and they were making the polio vaccine in our town in like the 60s or something, whenever they put it out, or maybe I think the 60s or 70s. And that's where they created the polio vaccine at, and they used to test it on monkeys. Well, the polio vaccine ended up giving cervical cancer to millions of women, but they'd already made it, and they were just like,
yeah,
fuck it, we already bought it, right? Like, we already...
The deal sealed.
Yeah, this is what we got. So it helped polio, but there was a high risk for cervical cancer. So I think some people, you know, it also depends on, I think, where some people's mindsets come out of.
Yeah.
Do you now, like I know you just went and interviewed Alex Jones and had to sit down with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
What was that kind of like? Do you think the guy was absolutely crazy? Do you think he was overwhelmed by the lawsuit at this point? Or do you feel like he's on point with some stuff and he's just too loud for the world these days? Like,
I don't know. It's such a tough one because I do see both angles of it. You know what I mean? And I had a lot of heat from a lot of my fans for even talking to him. I mean, the $1 billion verdict, he probably has between $2 and $3 million. And InfoWars or Free Speech Systems is filing for bankruptcy. So he's not going to, the Sandy Hook families aren't going to see that money.
Right.
But I guess it's a precedent in the future for it's like because he was really coming after the parents as well.
Right.
You know, like he put one of the parents' addresses up. I mean,
it's egregious. I mean, it's egregious when somebody and I can't imagine when you go through something like that.
Yeah.
And there's this voice that gets loud.
Yeah, but I'm reading this book called Sandy Hook by Elizabeth Williamson, and like some of the dudes that Alex was like platforming on his shit. I hate saying platforming, but like this dude Wolfgang Helbig, and there's people who like were writing like 4,000 emails a day to the Sandy Hook families, like type shit, like harassing them, stalking them, leaving messages saying they're gonna kill them, accusing them of keeping their kids alive as sex slaves in the attic and shit. Horrible stuff. So it wasn't a lot of people. It's not just about Alex. It's just some of the people.
About the ripple effect.
Yeah, because there's a whole community of lost people who devote their whole life to harassing the victims' families of the Colorado Aurora shooting, of Sandy Hook, of Uvalde. Like, it's a whole community of crisis actor followers, like false flag people.
Have you been able to meet any of those types of folks, even just to see, like, because I think one thing that's really interesting that you do, and I like seeing it, man, is that you kind of just you go and just kind of listen to people. It's like, hey, here's what's going on. And I think it's really powerful, even as you say, like some of your followers or supporters, like, oh, why would you even give this guy space? But people would say that too about having Bobby Kennedy on here. It's like, why would you give this guy space? Like, he's a human being. He's, first of all, one of the smartest guys that I know.
Yeah.
Like, really interesting and amazing friend.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wouldn't not trust him. Like, why wouldn't I listen and hear what his thoughts are and what's going on?
I just think like the more liberal audience is like super into deplatforming, and they think that like giving someone giving a problematic person a platform is somehow supporting them. And I always refute that like this. If it's a lesser known shitty person that I'm cherry picking to kind of dunk on, that's fucked up. You know, if I bring some white nationalist from the cuts of Alabama on my show just to like grill him and make him look stupid,
right?
I am inadvertently growing his audience by bringing him on, because the people who watch my shit and even if they agree with me, his name is now out there. I've elevated his name to the top, and so people will know his name. They'll go to his website. You kind of increase traffic to that person,
right?
And you create future white nationalists, and vice versa. But like Alex Jones, everybody knows who that is. He's a household name. The Proud Boys, everybody knows who that is. So when I'm interviewing people like that most of my audience doesn't like, I am not increasing their fame or increasing their exposure, because with or without me, everyone's gonna know who those people are.
Right.
Alex Jones is on the front page of the New York Times. The Proud Boys are being investigated by the FBI for January 6th. So me interviewing them, I'm not platforming or increasing their audience at all. But if I was to interview like more lesser known, fringe people, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like if you were to interview like Whitey Killer 1200, or you were to interview like Slave Buyer 55,
exactly,
then you would be,
But mainstream media, like liberal media, does that shit. They find like the dumbest person they can, and they're like inside the Ku Klux Klan, and it's it's like some like 300-pound like CSI Miami watcher sitting in his chair. He's like, "White people, we're just better at stuff, man." And like, and the journalist is like, "What do you mean by that? How can you say something like that?" He was like,
"Arriving at Coliseum."
I'm not doing that shit, man.
Yeah, it's interesting. And it's like, why do people get so stuck in their own like, why can't people just let somebody else have a different belief, like a different politician? How did that get so crazy from your perception?
I don't know, but I think that how all the late night TV shows and how SNL just became like orange man bashing machines.
Yeah.
And you fucking turn on Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel or something, it's literally like every other night is like an anti-Trump monologue.
It was horrible. They ruined their shows, I think.
They're still doing it.
It's crazy though. It seems like bad. Why? It's like, you could just say, hey, this is who I support or don't support.
Yeah, I think the incentive is there. It's the safest thing you could do, you know, in comedy. In that realm is to just bash, like, you know, a conservative president. And I don't support Trump, you know, but it's like, I don't want to go on late night TV and watch a rich guy talk shit about another rich guy. You know what I mean? I'm just like, this is just the same shit. And I think that has something to do with it. Because if you think about it, right, like, those shows reach everybody. They're on cable. So you could be sitting in the middle of a red state, and you go on cable, and you go to Comedy Central, ABC, late night, and that's what you're seeing, is your supposed hero being shit on by, you know, the comedic elite of late night TV in Los Angeles or New York.
Right. So, and that they're all on the same page.
Of course,
none of them have any different view, or not even a lot of like variation in their own views.
Yeah. But like, so the real OGs like Jon Stewart, like, they held it down. You know, that to me, that's like the best. Yeah. The early Daily Show. To me, that was like.
Of course, they're fucking more
sweet spot, comedic late night political.
So fair.
Yeah, Bush also was. They kind of made like. It
No,
was
that was so
different
good.
with people. I mean,
Whatever.
Hollywood just decided they fuck either something. Either we don't have enough ownership over this guy, or he's too much of a loose cannon, whatever it is. But that not a chance, or everybody's gonna hate this dude. Yeah. And then everybody works with Hollywood, so they have no choice.
Yeah,
that's who pays their bills.
Yeah, it's also hard to satirize a guy who doesn't think it's fun. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, you think he gives a shit? He likes the attention.
Right. Yeah, that's really interesting too. But I think that turned off a lot of people.
Twitter was so low.
Weren't that political? It was just like, well, why are you so one-sided? Like,
Yeah.
what do you have in this?
Yeah, and there's real.
Is that what I mean, though?
Monologues, dude.
Oh yeah.
Better world.
Is Hard Tank in here?
It's like human spirit.
Yeah, I guess. Kind of helping with the soldiers.
I think
Just
it's
not
ruined
doing
Hollywood
anything,
for
just
a
fighting
lot of
Azaria.
people. It's like it made a lot of people think like, well, obviously this is a group that doesn't support me.
Yeah. Do you think that your move to Nashville was like a little bit inspired by that stuff?
I think. Well, I wanted to honestly save money. And everybody went to Austin, and I never wanted to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
And everybody did. You know, Joe Rogan moved there, and Tim Dillon went there, and Tom Segura. And I think I always wanted to be a little bit different. Yeah. You know, I was scared that if I don't know, I want to go look at Austin now. I'm going to go check it out for a month and see. And then Nashville, I don't know. I think there's something really nice about it. It's just a lot of nice folks.
You been liking it?
Yeah, I think it's nice. I think there's a lot of there's a lot of nice people there.
Quitting is
Kind of
not
like the
in my
nicest neighbors I've ever had.
Yeah.
It gives me a little bit of a different idea of what's
You're safe with
of what America's still like, kind of. You know, that's nice. Does it feel southern?
Winston, wait up.
Yeah, it does. Some of it, I would never was like redneck growing up. Like our family didn't have any money.
Dank division, you should call it.
Yeah. So we were like, you know, like we didn't have a boat or any, you know, we didn't have like a flag that we supported. We didn't have, you know, my father was from Nicaragua. He was 70 years old when I was born. My mother was from Illinois and was making love to
No
a boy,
shot.
yeah.
Soldiers survived that.
7-year-old with no mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad deal. I think it doesn't matter who you are. It's like, it just seems like a poor business choice, you know?
Man, it's a shitty age to have no money.
I know, yeah, and it's just
Oh,
like,
shit.
anyway, so yeah, I think, what are some things that I like about it? It's nice for touring, too. We can take tour buses right out of there. Yeah. And it's one of the last southern cities that still feels kind of like, I don't know, it has like a new rebirth. Like, I've gone to a lot of these cities, like Montgomery,
Jackson,
even Savannah during the daytime downtown, kind of get like Charleston. Yeah, Charleston.
I can't go fight against them.
Yeah, Birmingham I hear is pretty good. I haven't been really spent time there in the city, but there's a lot of southern cities.
Who are you?
Columbus, those that are
I'm just looking the border off because
Mississippi is really
Because the
good
monkey's
state.
not really peeling back.
The north part of it, like the Delta, shelled out town.
It's gotten really bad.
He's one.
Yeah, Mississippi's just crazy, man. A really bad branding happened, I think, with a lot of the South was based on, a lot of the tourism was based on tradition, like war battlefields and antebellum homes, things like that. That I think white people didn't realize maybe as much as that black culture didn't have like. Or maybe it angered them. I don't know.
Let me clear. Behind you.
Came out during BLM.
Behind you, Creek. Push up.
You know, so I think the South also is in a little bit of a space where it's like, well, I don't think I was grasping onto the history there because it was racist. I just thought it was the history, like Robert E. Lee, that was the statue. Like, you know, we would all meet up there at Mardi Gras. I don't think half of us knew what the fuck he did. You know? But I think, so a lot of the tradition there feels like it's been stirred, and I think a lot of people down there don't really know what to do in some certain places.
That was the one, and she was almost one.
When I was in
Property division, I am healing.
Oh, you came around the corner.
You know, the Delta Blues Trail. Here's where Lightning Hopkins grew up. And I'm like, what about Lil Wayne? Yeah. Like, at what point are we going to start like marking Lil Wayne's house in Holly Grove and shit? Because like that stuff really changed the world in a similar way that blues did. You know, it's not even a bigger impact, but like how many days they haven't done it? I think about it all the time. Like Hip Hop Heritage Trail, it's gonna happen eventually. We're gonna be tripping, bro. We're gonna be like 90 years old, like in the third one. It's like, here stood the Magnolia Project, where Soulja Slim and Master P and C-Murder came out with their first No Limit record album. We're gonna be like, but it has to happen, right?
Well, it almost seems like it's behind schedule, especially since they've gone through so many of those projects and stuff over the years and torn, like, had to tear them down or refurbish. You think somebody would have said, hey, let's just take this building and make some money for the city, you know?
Especially, they should have preserved, like, one of the old Magnolia buildings.
Yeah, Big Boy, like Juvenile,
I mean, that's, like, the background to, like, the birth of fucking Southern rap.
Dude, I would go there in a heartbeat, because it's so funny, because I've gone to the ones where, like, Elvis was born.
Yeah.
And you'll see signs like Muddy, Gussie, you know, like people.
Where's the soldier? I can't see him.
Yeah. But if they had like Big Boy, like if they had a lot of different ones along that trail,
it's one of those classic things of like, who's really going to campaign on that though? It's like in Seattle, you can't drink in strip clubs. What congressman is going to be like, I'm going to make this my issue? You know what I mean?
But I think these days, you make that small pinpoint issue, that catapults you from being some Muppet with like, or you know, just somebody to being like, all you need is that one, and then you're in the game. As long as you gotta have some backup players.
Yeah, for sure.
But dude, I can't believe they have strip clubs where you can't drink. Like this, like.
Their support's from the CPS.
They can fucking do pills,
but I can't drink a goddamn White Claw. I thought this was America. No, I feel you. My dad works next to a strip club. My dad works at a bar connected to a strip club.
Yeah.
And so it's always like bar, strip club, back to bar.
Would be better if I was jumping.
We will crush them.
Oh, dude, we went to a strip club once in Virginia. We were touring a couple of months ago, and
on my way.
Edgar Allan Poe used to come. A strip club? Yeah. His like.
And behind me from behind.
I think it's Edgar Allan Poe. Is he from Virginia?
No, Edgar Allan Poe's from Baltimore.
Okay, well at one point he lived, I guess, in Virginia. He'd like lived there for a while. Yeah. It was like a historic place. Yeah. But then part of it was strip club. Pretty cool. I didn't even know Edgar Allan Poe got down like that. I think he got down the coast a little bit.
He twisted his mind.
Oh, he had to.
So there must have been a twist in the strip club.
Dude, he was like one of the first BLM activists. Look at the fucking the Raven or whatever.
Was that about race?
It was about black birds.
You can go back to where
yeah, it was actually a pretty good episode.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When everybody's writing about Red Robin, and you start rocking about the Raven.
So was he like? Were authors like rappers back then? Like you think if he went to the strip club, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, it's Edgar," and he's like making it rain? Or what was the strip club like before that kind of music? Violin. I just can't envision like.
Yeah, it's that slow.
With no future, like what is the strip club? The artist.
Right, yeah, 100%. I don't know. That's a great question.
Soldiers every fucking time one.
We will go, maybe like, 100. Just like maybe somebody singing stuff like that.
Like folksy accordion.
Yeah.
You ever been to the Claremont Lounge in Atlanta?
Oh, they could keep me down.
That was Bourdain's favorite spot.
Was it really? Yeah, they used to have that old, an older lady in there. She'd get those beer cans for you.
Yeah.
In there, good place to watch people do coke. That should be good.
Yeah, for sure. What's weird for me is strip clubs. I only like this like super novelty.
It's just supports, guys. Come on, we can kill that.
We need to hold their movement.
Style, just like the lighting and like degenerate people. I like to watch the people.
Yeah, more of a burlesque style or something.
No, I mean like I like to look at the dudes who are watching strippers more than because it's so interesting.
Yeah, there's something about somebody being right there to like. It's almost like a sense of like, I don't know, I guess some people go probably for desperation.
Yeah, just like
Where's above? Where's above?
Jaw like a permanently half full whiskey deep Jameson glass and they're just absolutely.
Stay with the robot, stay with the robot.
No, I'm Division, go with them, I'll stay with the robot.
Ring in their back pocket.
I don't think it's a good idea, we should just all stay together.
Nothing in front of them, nothing behind them, just in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some feeling right there, huh?
Yeah, because they
watch flanks, watch the soldier, you might have eyes.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of it's the myth of it.
Maybe if they want to feel like a rock star, like Nickelback style. Like they're at the strip club. But I mean, imagine going to a strip club by yourself, ordering some that idyllic, like, it's like some Hemingway shit. It's like, yeah, like, this is me, I do this. This isn't weird at all. This is cool. This is what rock stars do.
Yeah.
You know?
But then the women are all filled up. It's not even this like exchange of emotion anymore. It's just two people sharing
I'm
each
gonna
other.
guess 1 second off break.
As a circle, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. It's
I was
like
cycling Wraith and teleport.
Yeah,
Wraith
I've
and
never
teleport.
even taken a prescription pill before.
You know, just playing just like a 220 milligram stare.
How does that make you feel, Perkins?
Look, out
I don't know, I
Elim.
took 2 somas one
I
time.
offer something more. Surrender
buddy,
to
I
my
think.
will.
R.I.P. He tried to give me a BJ or something. I don't even remember fully. But I would
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I just have friends who take them. I had a friend take them.
Oh my god, those guys were horrible.
I think it disconnects you from any senses that you have anything wrong.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong, man.
That's not a good thing.
No, you're made out of marshmallows and fucking homemade pussy, dude. I think you have everything just perfect, you know?
I wanted to ask you, so what happened to the King and the Sting podcast? It's no longer?
Didn't mean to do that.
Oh, the King and the Sting podcast.
Whoops.
Yeah, the podcast is still going. I'm just not. I'm not doing
cool.
it.
You and Brandon are cool though, yeah.
Yeah. We just honestly, man, I didn't have enough attention really to focus.
Yeah.
Like I like my own podcast, and we have a unique kind of audience, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I wanted to be able to. I feel a lot more in touch with this now.
Yeah.
Like it's important to me.
Yeah.
And it was still important, but it was just a lot to try and juggle.
Yeah. I liked the Gringo Poppy actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think